Hi guys, Alex Underwood here and welcome back to my channel, my aliens. Today I wanted to do something that was fairly simple and recreatable for you guys. I know I do a lot of crazy looks that not a lot of people have the courage or maybe even the skill set or the time to practice with the products to get the looks to look exactly how they want. So I wanted to do this simple hot and cold kind of look today. I took inspiration from hot and cold, that's why I did red and blue, and it also went with my outfit, so I was like, this is just working out perfectly. But I used some watercolor paints today, some glitter, and then just some regular pigmented eyeshadows, and each look only has 2 different colored eyeshadows on it, so this look is super easy to recreate on your own and do at home. So if you want to learn how to do this look, go ahead and stay tuned. Start out, I'm going to prep my lids by putting on some foundation, and I am going to leave it wet because it's going to help our colored shadows stick to it a little bit better, and I'm just using this so the shadows have something to stick to. Next, I'm going to go in with a blue shade. This is shade Submerge from the Jeffree Star Thirsty palette, and I'm putting this all over the lid of one of my eyes because the other eye is going to end up being a different color. So I'm just packing this shade onto that wet foundation, making sure it is as bright and pigmented as I want it to be, and then we're going to go ahead and blend it out with another color in a little bit. Next, I'm going in with shade Prick from the Jeffree Star Bloodsugar palette, and I'm just packing that all over the other lid because we're making this eye red. So I'm just going to pack that on just like I did with the blue, making sure that it's pigmented and ready to be blended out with another color in just a second. I'm going to start blending out that blue shade just with a clean, fluffy brush, and this is just to make sure that the edges are ready to blend into the next color that we're going to put on after this. So I'm just blending it a little bit so it goes a little bit easier into the shade that we put on next. Next, I'm going in with shade Splash from the Jeffree Star Thirsty palette, and I'm using this as my transition shade to transition into my skin tone a little bit more. So this is just a little bit of a lighter blue that I put down that's going to help move into our skin tone. And then to help blend that out any more, I go in with shade Glucose, which is a white shade from the Jeffree Star Bloodsugar palette, just to blend that out even more and make it more cohesive. So I'm just going back and forth with Submerge, Splash, and Glucose to make sure that I get that ombre fade I want into my skin tone, and that the blue shade Submerge is as poppy and bright as I want it to be on the lid because I want it to be a very bright shadow. Next, I'm going to go in and start blending out the red shade with an empty fluffy brush. This has no color on it, and this is just going to help prepare the edges to blend a little bit easier into the color that we put on next. And then I'm going to go back and forth between blending that out and making it as bright as I want. Next, I'm going to go in with shade Taste Buds from the Jeffree Star Thirsty palette and blend that out a little bit more, helping it transition into our skin tone. And then if it's still not transitioning as much as you want it to, go in with Glucose to help transition it even more, to make that more of a smooth transition from a red to more of a pinky tone and then into the skin tone. So I'm just repeating what I did on the other side, but with different colors. Next, I'm going to drag the lighter shades that I used as the transition color into the inner corner because I want to have a little bit of a color underneath the highlight that I put there, since I'm putting on a colored highlight later. So I am dragging Taste Buds into the inner corner, and I am also dragging Splash into the inner corner, just so there's a little bit more color underneath the pop of color of highlight we're going to put on a little bit. Next, I'm going in with my Anastasia Beverly Hills Moonchild Glow Kit. I'm taking blue ice and I'm putting that on my brow bone where the blue shades are. And then I'm going to go ahead and go in with shade Pink Heart on the other side where I have the red shades. So there's a colored highlight coordinating with the colored shadow that we did. Next, I'm going to go ahead and line my lids with just straight eyeliner. This is the Kat Von D Tattoo Liner with a felt tip, and I'm just doing a straight, simple line of eyeliner. I didn't want to do anything crazy since we're going to go in with some glitter and some fancy watercolor dots later on. I'm going to go ahead and go all over my face with my Kat Von D Lock-It Foundation in shade Light 45 Warm. I went ahead and primed my eyes and my face before I got started on my makeup, so it's not in the video, but I did add my Smashbox Pore Minimizing Primer all over my face and my Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion all over my lids. So I'm just going to go ahead and beat this foundation all over my face, and so I have a nice full coverage base to go in with, because you know, I love a full coverage base. They're my favorite. And this foundation really just does the job for me. It works really well with my skin, as well as not being too heavy. It's very fluffy and I really like it. So that's why I always use this foundation when I have it, but I'm just beating that into the skin with a beauty blender, making sure that it is in all my pores and that they just look snatched. Next, I'm going to go ahead and conceal. I'm going in with my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in shade Fair, and I'm just putting this on my under eyes to brighten it up a little bit, and then blending it out with a beauty blender. I went ahead and set my face with the RCMA No Color powder that I always use. This is and will always be my go-to powder because it really just snatches those pores and make them look super small and like they don't even exist. It really blurs my face when I put this powder on with a wet beauty blender. And definitely make sure that it's wet because that will help soak it in and melt that powder into the skin with the foundation. And then of course, don't forget to do your neck as well, so your face is not a different color than your neck. I had a pretty low cut shirt on later in the day, so I wanted to make sure that that was a nice blend into my chest, so it wasn't too crazy when I put on this super low cut shirt. Next, I'm going in under my eyes. I'm going to use the same color that I used on my lid under my eyes, and then I'm going to blend it out. So for the blue, I'm using shade Submerge all over my under eye, and on the red, I'm going to go ahead and use shade Prick all under my eye. And then I'm going to blend those out a little bit so they're not super harsh. I really suck at getting in frame when I'm doing my under eye, so I apologize for that. I went ahead and put on some Too Faced glitter glue under my eyes, and then I'm going to go in with my NYX glitter under both of my eyes. For the blue side, I went in with shade 01, and I am just pressing this, making sure that there is a ton of color and glitter with this. I want it to be all glitter with just a little bit of that blue showing underneath. I wanted a very dramatic under eye with the glitter, so I went ahead and did that on both sides. And then on the other side, I used shade 09. Next, I'm going in with my Anastasia Beverly Hills Moonchild Glow Kit, and I'm using shade Blue Ice on the side of the blue eyeshadow and Pink Heart on the inner corner of the side with the red eyeshadow. Next, I'm going in with my Mayron face paint, and I'm using a dark blue paint, and then I'm using a dark red paint to do dots on the inner corner of my eyes and along my brow bone, just to add a little bit more accent and craziness to the look. I love to do just like abstract things sometimes, and I thought that it was simple but a good way to introduce some face paint to you guys to start using. Next, I'm going in with my Ciate Bamboo Bronzer, and I'm just contouring all the hollows of my face, including my chin, so I have a little bit more dimension, so it's not just straight foundation color. I have a little bit of contour, if you must, to help make my face not look like it's my neck. Next, I'm going in with the same highlight that I used on the inner corner and my brow bone for the corresponding side. I'm going in with blue ice on my cheekbones, and then I'm blending that out. And then on the other side, I'm going in with pink heart and blending that out as well. Next, I'm going in with shade Snow from the Anastasia Beverly Hills Glow Kit, and I'm just putting this on my nose and my Cupid's bow. I didn't want to choose whether I wanted to do pink or blue on the center of my face, so I decided to go with a white, so it was very neutral. And then I'm just filling in my lips with the Jeffree Star Liquid Lip in shade Weirdo. I also went ahead and put on some lashes and some mascara. This is my Benefit Roller Lash Mascara, and then I went ahead and put on 2 pairs of Ardell wispies that are stacked on top of each other. Alright guys, this is the finished look. I hope you enjoyed watching this video because I definitely enjoyed making it. I love this look and I love how it turned out. I think it is so fun and a little bit different for people who are a little bit nervous to step out of their comfort zone. It is just a little bit of weird and color, so I don't think it's that hard to jump right into when you are going into stuff like this. But of course I did use the watercolor paints, then some colored eyeshadows and glitter for this look. So even if you just want to try one of those 3 things, hopefully you learned something from this video that you can take away and apply in life, because I want everyone to be more comfortable wearing colorful makeup if that's what they want to do. I don't think anyone should be shamed for that, because I've been shamed for it in the past, and I think it's ridiculous that other people think that their opinion on someone else's own makeup matters. So I just want to encourage you guys to get out of your comfort zone and try some new things, and I hope that this simple look can help you do that a little bit easier. And if you guys want to hang out with me when I'm not on YouTube, you can follow me on Snapchat at Alex_Underwood and on Twitter and Instagram at Alex with 2 X's 2017. Don't forget that second X, because if you do, you won't be able to find me. And you guys can also look me up on my website, which will always be linked down below. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell to get notifications for when I upload. I upload every Thursday, and I cannot wait to see you guys on the next one. Bye, my aliens!